Hello, beautiful ones. I'm Cindi, astrologer, mystic, and your guide through the stars and life. Welcome to Don't Miss This Transit. This is your midweek check in for what's unfolding now. This is the energies most astrologers look over, but it's the very ones you're already feeling. So think of this as the bridge between last Sunday's forecast that shift timelines and the weekend ahead. This is the moment to pause, realign, and understand what the universe is fine tuning beneath the surface. This week, Venus isn't talking about love. She's right here. She's talking about your currency. You know, the kind you spend every day, time, energy, and money. And as she moves through Virgo, forming her final opposition to Saturn in Pisces, this is where the universe is asking, what's truly worth your investment and what's quietly draining your account? So I can tell you this, hope is back, but it needs grounding. So this week, you've probably seen Venus opens with a hopeful whisper. You can grow again, is what she's saying. This sextile to Jupiter, right here, this sextile to Jupiter is bringing opportunity energy, and you've probably seen it this week. New leads, green lights, creative sparks. It's the mirror, the collective risk taking mood that we're seeing out right now. But Venus is in Virgo, and Virgo is precise. So growth without grounding just becomes inflation, and it looks abundant until it bursts, right? And we can see this out in the world. The S&P 500 hit fresh records close to the start of the week, and then you saw it edged lower on Tuesday. This is classic optimism followed by hesitation. Then we saw gold surge above $4,000 an ounce for the first time ever as investors hedged and braced for uncertainty. This is the risk appetite and risk protection coexisting. Then we also saw headlines flag AI driven exuberance alongside warnings of overvaluation. This is exactly our Venus Jupiter hope meeting Saturn's reality check. So, translation, the outer markets are echoing your inner market. This is a pull toward expansion paired with a tug toward caution. When power wrestles itself, the nervous system feels it. So by midweek, the emotional weather tightens. And this is because the moon squares Pluto right here. The moon is squaring Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. The moon is in Taurus, right? And the moon squaring Pluto, it's opposing Mars right here. So pressure builds in the nervous system just like volatility builds in the market. Mars fuels the urge to act fast, but Pluto, he demands a deeper restructure. And because the moon is involved, we feel it. Okay? So you can feel it inside the temptation to hustle harder, to spend faster, or control what's uncertain, right? Outside, you can see it too. AI speculations, quick reversals, money shifting hands at lightning speed. That's the Mars Pluto signature. That's collective power that's recalibrating. When you sense that tension this week, I want you to pause and put your hand over your heart. And with a slow breath, I want you to ask, is this choice rooted in power or panic? And that, my beautiful ones, is your first energetic audit of the week. Now, beautiful ones, I can tell you this, every timeline pays its bills. So, by the weekend, Venus faces Saturn. That's when they have this opposition on the 11th. And that's when the audit arrives. Now, this isn't the universal punishment. This is accounting. Venus measures value, and Saturn, well, he demands proof. So, in the financial world, this shows up as rate uncertainty, budget tightening, or investors suddenly asking for receipts. And in your personal life, it's the same. The questions are, does this habit, project, or relationship actually deliver a return, or is it emotional debt? Now, this is where abundance matures into stewardship, because every no to what drains you is an open door to what sustains you. I'm going to say that again. Every no to what drains you is an open door to what sustains you. So keep that in mind. Now, everyone knows money is energy, and this is where we learn to read it. I'm experimenting this week, bringing the world of resources, markets, and money into the conversation because energy doesn't stop at the soul. It flows through bank accounts, through ideas, and the choices we make every day. So, if this kind of financial astrology speaks to you, if you'd like to understand how the stars mirror the global markets and your own, tell me in the comments. Your feedback will help me to decide whether I open a new series devoted to this work, whether it's weekly or monthly check-ins. And if you're new here, subscribe so you don't miss what's unfolding next in the forecast that shift timelines. Now, Pluto never takes. That's one thing and you guys know I know Pluto deeply. He never takes. He restructures what you couldn't sustain. That's what he does. Now, beneath everything, Pluto in Aquarius hums like an undercurrent of truth. The invisible investor is reshaping systems. Where Venus and Saturn, they balance the books. Pluto, he governs leverage, the transformation that multiplies. This is the billionaire frequency. It's not about numbers. It's about ownership of energy. And Pluto's asking, who truly funds your future? Is it fear or is it faith? Global markets may be decentralizing, but so is personal power. And every time you reclaim your focus, your boundaries, your intention, what you're doing is you're shifting from surviving the system to mastering it. Now, integrity is the highest yield investment. So before you say yes or sign off on anything or spend another ounce of energy, I want you to pause and ask, does this multiply my peace or does it drain it? Now, if it multiplies your peace, then yes, invest. But if it drains you, then no, divest. Because energy and money have they follow the same law. And that is, they flow towards integrity. Okay? Now think of your energy as being your portfolio. And I want you to protect it like your destiny. Okay? This week is your worth audit. Venus, she measures value. Saturn, he tests integrity. And Pluto, he multiplies legacy. So this week, don't mistake contraction for loss. It's the market of the soul rebalancing. And your abundance recalibrates when your energy does. Spend from integrity, not impulse, and watch your wealth compound across timelines. All right, beautiful ones, let the insight from today guide your every choice you make in energy, in money, in momentum. The markets of the soul and the world are both recalibrating right now. And you're learning to navigate both with grace. I'll see you on Sunday for a forecast that shift timelines. But until then, keep your frequency clear your choices intentional, and your heart in the flow.